a service provider, right? So we work with our customers to help distribute their content in a secure way to the end users, and there are a number of technologies that are either in the request and response flow, the HTTP side, like cause headers and media vault, tokenization, all the geo pieces which are straightforward, and then there are all the options that go on top of that. So when we're delivering the stream, do we want to encrypt it, and which format should we use, and so on and so on, or do we want to use watermarking? And we're going to do that in, say, following the SVA guidelines, for example, or working with our partners. So we have some implementations of that in the edge of the network, so we can do the watermarking and the manifest manipulation. It's all very exciting. I think if I step back a few years, I remember seeing, working with some potential customers and looking at the contracts they had, and there was basically a list of, you will have one of these items, one or more of these items, which were tokenization. It was RTMP still at the time, so tokenization, Swift verification, RTMPE, geo-blocking, and or an encryption. It was like, okay, I'm going to tick the two easiest. You do those. Let's go.
Of course.
So there's definitely this. The way I see it, when it arrives on my table, which is way after the discussion on the rights ownership and the distribution timescales and the windows and what should we do in the rights contract. It's way after that. So I have a bunch of tick boxes. I'll throw blockchain in there for good fun, but don't know why it's useful yet.
Because blockchain has to be mentioned in every list.
Yeah, there's a box called blockchain here, which should we tick that box? I don't know. But I think it comes to us with a choice. So from my perspective, our aim, and from a product perspective, our aim at Limelight is to introduce services that are really orientated, being able to be implemented as a standard rather than 1,000,005 different ways of doing things. Because of course, I can't do something differently every single time. It's a very heavy development overhead to take unless we build microservices that people can use themselves, which is also another product strategy that we're following. But here are a series of products and services that can be configured, managed, and utilized to protect content in the way that's described that the distributor wants to follow. So we approach it that way. We get a lot of requests for different things. DRM encryption was a big request for us, I'd say 2016, 2017, and 2017 through 18, we've begun to see more requests for watermarking. So it does go in waves.